Howdy, folks. Glad to see you today. We're looking to make some insulation out of cardboard. It's very simple and easy to do on a table saw. Simply put in a dado blade. I can show you how to set the blade up that it will shred the cardboard up real fast and simple. You can simply make 80 to 100 pounds an hour. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But before we start, I'd like to put in a little disclaimer. We do use this for insulation in our own homes, and we do cover it with borax. And borax is known for cellulose insulation, for fire retardant, and insect repellent. But this disclaimer is saying you do this at your own risk and do your own test, please. Make sure that it is up to standard. We've tested it already. It does really well. It does not burn. It's hard to believe when you put that on shredded cardboard that it doesn't burn. I'd like to talk a little bit about safety. Normally I use my mask and earmuffs on, but just for this quick video, we're going to leave that off for now. I think safety, especially around the table saw, and you can see my hands are pretty close to the blade here, but it's down quite a ways. It's at least 2.5 inches. So I'm pretty safe when I'm doing this on the table saw. You make sure your rails are set up, and they have to be actually the width of your dado blade and a little inside, so it cuts the cardboard without. The table saw settings, we're going to have a video on that later date, and to show you how to set it up and make the settings in it, and how to run it safely, and to show you how to do some cardboard through it. Normally you do the ends and first, because it's not as strong at the ends, and then do the middle. And once you get it to a certain width, you'll see me put it down through the blade. It's very simple, very cost effective. We figured it out. It's a savings of approximately 70%. Because cost, obviously, you can see the cardboard here. We have about 200 pounds there roughly. It is sourced locally. You get it at a mall that has several stores in there that we get the cardboard from. And they're just thrown in the dumpster. So it does keep it out of the landfill and recycle. Quite effective to have the table saw do it. When I read other things about hammer mills, I just simply can't rent one. I don't have one near. I can't rent one. I don't know a farmer that has one. So I did come up with a way to do it on the table saw here. Another thing we're going to show you is there's two kind of styles of insulation that we can make with the table saw. Why don't I just make some up, show you how the table saw works, then we can talk a little bit more about the differences in the different ways that you can do it. So we're going to run the table saw here, show you just a little bit briefly of the cardboard going through it. Hopefully, if I talk through that, I hope you can hear me. We're just going to give you some pointers on running it through the sides. Like I said, looking for staples as well. There's very few that has staples. I haven't ran into maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 out of the 600 pounds of insulation that I made. So yeah, you look for staples and basically run it down. When you get it in a certain width, you go down through the middle. So let's fire it up. You left with a little bit left. You can put that in a wood stove to burn it. As you can see, it chews it up pretty fast. You can see it spitting out the bottom. Some cardboard is a little bit heavier than others. You have to go a little slower. that's just a brief introduction to doing it. You can see it chews it up pretty quick, pretty fast, and you get used to sliding it through and how to slide it, which is the easiest way. It really chews it up quick. And we're just going to show you here what it turned out to, what it turned out like. We don't worry about the plastic in it too much. There is a little bit, but you can see that there. It's just shredded up. It's warm. You can feel the warmth in it. We did some tests, and we figure we add about 20% more than the other insulation that I make in a different style settings for the dado blade. And we'll show you that here. You can see the difference in this is a lot coarser, and this is really fine, just like what you almost buy at the store. But this stuff takes about 20 pounds an hour is all you can do. And I've got up to 100 pounds an hour with the coarse, and it's a lot easier to do. So we find it better to use this stuff and just add a little more and just pack it down a little more. So it is pretty good. The beauty of doing it this way, the insulation can be used as bedding, cat litter, absorbent material for your spills, oil spills in the garage. It is pretty versatile and cheap. We get it at the local store for free. In my case, I'm in town every day, so I just pick it up. I just use a bit of string to tie it up to make it easy to transport. And it's really a neat idea that anyone can do if you have a table saw or know somebody that has one. If you wanted to do your own insulation or cat litter or bedding, you can go to a friend's house and do up a few 100 pounds in an afternoon easy. Especially once you get it all set up and get a little bit used to it, it doesn't really take you long. Now the other part to the borax, we just weighed it out. This particular stuff, we get it at Walmart. It's the cheapest I've sourced so far, even cheaper than Amazon and places like that. But you can get it at Walmart, and you use between 12 and 15 pounds for 100 pounds of insulation. And you just spread that in. It mixes up pretty easy, and simply you can throw this through a rented machine, or in our case, we just been dumping it in as we make it. And it's working out really well. We notice a difference in the heat in the house already. So I'm kind of excited that I can help people out, maybe make some. When you make this kind of insulation, 100 pounds an hour, buying this stuff is really kind of cheap, but if you can make 100 pounds an hour, it works out to about 20, 25 bucks an hour to make it yourself. And it's basically free, other than a dado blade, which is around $60 to buy. I happen to have one, which is fortunate. And, in the next video, I can teach you how to set the saw up and little tricks. We used fluorine to go over the blade to help guide the cardboard right into it. So I really appreciate you stopping by. I'd love to hear your comments, good and bad, down below. And of course, the usual, subscribe and like and hit the little bell. And appreciate that. Have yourself a great day, folks. I hope to see you in the near future. And that's it for now. Bye.